Hey, what's up everybody? I am Jason and you're watching my channel, Micro Investor. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to compare two stocks like I did recently when I compared Toyota and Ford. I'm going to do a better job on this one though. I'm going to compare Fiat Chrysler automobiles and General Motor Company. I'm going to compare those two stocks and make the comparison on which one is better based off of financials. So first, Fiat Chrysler automobiles, they own the popular brands Alfa Romeo, Chrysler, Dodge, Fiat, Jeep, Maserati, and Ram. General Motors, they own Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC. Obviously, the two have very popular trucks. They have the Chevy Silverado and the Dodge Ram pickup. Those are very popular vehicles. But in this video, I'm going to get down to the nitty-gritty of the financials, not of which one makes better vehicles. So let's get to it right after you like and subscribe. Just kidding, you don't have to. Anyways, let's get this started. All right, so the share price of Fiat Chrysler automobiles is $16.78. That's as of current. And GM, as of current, they are $38.71. Now, if we look at growth over time between the two stocks, over the last year, Fiat is down 29.64%, and GM is down 8.53%. But if we go over the last month, Fiat is up 5.27%, and GM is up 10.57%. All right. As far as market cap goes, Fiat Chrysler is $25.93 billion and General Motors is $54.5 billion. But now let's get down to the more serious stuff here. All right, so the trailing PE of Fiat Chrysler is 7.24. The forward PE is 4.57. For GM, the trailing PE is 73.97. And the forward PE is 6.27. The PEG ratio of Fiat Chrysler is 0.21, and the PEG ratio of General Motors is 0.41. But the earnings per share for Fiat Chrysler is 2.32, and General Motors is 0.52. Now, if you don't understand what I just said, that's completely fine, because what I'm going to say next makes a little bit more sense. All right, so the revenue for Fiat Chrysler is, and this is converted into US dollars, this was originally in euro, the revenue is 150.82 billion for Fiat Chrysler, and for General Motors, it is 146.37 billion. So it doesn't matter about the market cap when you look at it. It is the revenue. So we're talking about the financials here. But now let's go into the gross profit here. The gross profit for Fiat Chrysler is 19.32 billion, and the gross profit for General Motors is 20.16 billion. So they're very similar as far as the profit goes. They're both making very similar amounts of money between the two of them. But there's more things, and this depends on what kind of investor you are also. So as far as like a dividend goes, Fiat Chrysler does not offer a dividend. They are not a dividend stock. All right. On the other hand, General Motors does offer a dividend, and they offer a pretty high dividend actually too. They offer a dividend of 4.32%. Now, as far as cash on hand that they have, Fiat Chrysler has $16 billion, and General Motors has $19.85 billion on hand. Now, that's money that they can use to leverage, or to buy a company, whatever they need to do with that money. That's what they have. But this next part is the more depressing part, and that is how much debt these two companies have. Fiat Chrysler, they have debt of 20.18 billion. All right. So that's not that bad when you look at the amount of cash they have on hand to the amount of debt they have. So that's not that bad of a number. But General Motors, on the other hand, that one doesn't look so well. General Motors has debt of $103.52 billion. Now, it's fine to think that that's not a high number because, you know, if we compare General Motors to other automobile companies like Ford has $125 billion in debt. So it depends on how you want to look at it, but obviously we're comparing it to Fiat Chrysler here. So if I was to have to make a decision on which stock I think is better, Fiat Chrysler or General Motors, I would go with Fiat Chrysler. That's with the current price at being $16.78 versus General Motors price of $38.71. Comparing the accounting information here of the gross profit being at $19.32 billion for Fiat Chrysler and General Motors being at $20.16 billion. Off of that, I would give this to Fiat Chrysler. Now, obviously, if you're a dividend investor, you'd go with General Motors, but I think that you possibly could lose a lot on the actual growth of the stock if you went with General Motors. I would think that you would have a lot more growth going with Fiat Chrysler based off the information I shared. Obviously, Fiat Chrysler is recovering on their share price of currently, and you know, they were down quite a bit over the last 365 days. So with all that information, I will leave the video right there. Please let me know what you think. As always, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I have new videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thank you for watching.